Hello and welcome to another episode of the Father and Son Pastime podcast. I'm Patrick. My dad's not able to make it tonight. The MLB has a very quick turnover from the end of the season to the start of the playoffs, and we weren't able to make this work. But I have my dad's thoughts on everything we're going to talk about tonight because I know you at home are interested in our thoughts for the 2025 MLB playoffs. So I will be doing this solo. I can only hope that that you enjoy it. My dad's antics and humor, I'm sure, will be sorely missed, and I will do his picks justice to the best I can to represent literally like a battle between two thoughts. I promise you, it's not two personalities. It's just me and my dad being represented on this video. All right, so tomorrow starts the wild card series between me and all of you on YouTube. I do not like the wild card format. Not so much the 3 games, but the timing of things. Put it all in the evening. Let fans pick their game that they want to watch. This 1 o'clock Tuesday, it just feels weird, and I don't think has the same energy of a playoff game that it's supposed to. Like, it's supposed to be a packed house. It's supposed to be a full stadium. And at 1 p.m. in Cleveland, I don't think you are filling the full stadium, even though it's the smallest ballpark in baseball. So with that said, let's dive into the wild card round. Like I said, I'm going to go with my dad's picks, do my best to talk through his logic, as well as just note some things about mine. Let's start in the NL. First, the Dodgers and the Reds. Even though they're both playoff teams, it feels like a David and Goliath situation. The Reds squeak into the playoffs because the Mets, the Giants, and the Diamondbacks all sort of definitely favored, definitely the Mets, to make the playoffs. The Reds end up squeaking in. I don't know if you've seen the stats on this team. It definitely feels like a David and Goliath story for the playoffs. No one really hits homers. There's no big average. There's no, no one has over 200 strikeouts on this team. They have good pitching, sure, but it's just weird that a team of this caliber made the playoffs. Again, they're very average. They're very mid. Could they be a huge upset? It's a 3-game series. Anything can happen. That's what my dad thinks. My dad thinks the Reds upset the Dodgers. Maybe it's complacency. Maybe it's they don't take the competition seriously. I don't believe that. I have the Dodgers. I have the Dodgers moving on. A very quick 2-game wins. From my perspective, maybe he also thinks that the Reds would be a quick 2-game punch and then the Dodgers are out. I don't think that's happening this year. Sticking with the NL, let's do Padres-Cubs. In the beginning of the season, folks, my dad said his Cubs weren't going to make the playoffs. He called them a despicable team. Now he's picking them to beat the Padres without Cade Horton in the playoffs. I'm opposite of my dad. I'm taking the Padres. Really easy victory here, too. I know it's at Wrigley. But, yeah, easy choice for me. Padres, I think, have a really great bullpen. And I don't see the Cubs having this comeback attitude to them. And, again, I think the Padres, I don't know if it's an upset. In my opinion, the Padres should be favored, but maybe it's an upset if the Cubs have home field. But I'm taking the Padres. My dad is taking his Cubs. So we're already split. But coming back to the American League wild card, we do find consensus again. That 1 o'clock game in Cleveland, we think the dominant Guardians continue staying dominant. The Tigers, they just don't have it. I don't know what happened. I think it should be studied the past 30 days in the Tigers clubhouse, but I think Cleveland just walks all over them, including Scooble. Red Sox, Yankees. Very happy here that my dad picked my team. I did not pick his. Sorry, Dad. But we both have the Red Sox beating the Yankees. The Red Sox have the best record in the AL East against other AL East opponents. Every other team has a losing record. Blue Jays and Yankees. Red Sox have just made the Yankees, maybe you finish that sentence, but they've really pummeled the Yankees this season. The opposite of what Pedro would say. The Yankees are my daddy. Red Sox are the Yankees' daddy this year. Moving on to the DS round, I'm going to have to get a little different here because its matchups are varying based off our previous predictions. The Phillies are going to play the winner of the Reds-Dodgers. My dad obviously thought the Reds would make it this far, but he picks the Phillies over them. I think if this situation happens, I would pick the Phillies too. But I had the Dodgers moving on, so I'm picking the Dodgers over the Phillies. I think that Zach Wheeler injury really hurts them. And it's maybe if it was 7, I would lean Phillies. I think they're the most dangerous in 7, one of the most balanced teams. But I'm picking the Dodgers I would say 4 games. I think the Dodgers get it done in 4. The next, Milwaukee's going to play the winner of the Cubs or the Padres. Again, we're split here, but we have different beliefs. My dad, unfortunately, believes the Cubs will lose against Milwaukee. Again, I think if I had picked the Cubs to move on, I would also pick the Brewers over the Cubs. But I'm picking the Padres over the Brewers here. Again, same thing. Brewers are really good at small ball. I think the Padres kind of are too. Again, they don't have a crazy power hitter. They're almost very similar teams. You won't look at that with the star power of the Padres lineup, but they do. I think they find ways to win in different ways, and it's not just the long ball or something like that. I truly think the Padres are, I guess, a bad matchup for a Brewers team that I always root for, but they seem to never win a playoff series. So I'm picking the Padres. Both of my wild card teams to move on. My dad's taking chalk. Moving on to the ALDSs. We have the same things here. So again, for continuity purposes, I'm just going to say our picks. So Blue Jays versus the Red Sox. We're split on this one. My dad is saying this is as far as the Red Sox go. So he is taking the Blue Jays, and I think the Red Sox continue to beat their AL East opponents. I got Red Sox moving on to the ALCS. And hopefully around this time, it's either the DS or the CS, Roman Anthony can come back. I think that could make a really serious impact on the Red Sox postseason push. Cleveland versus Seattle. This is the only DS matchup we're in agreement with, that the Seattle Mariners pitching finally shuts down this Red Hot Guardians team. Again, very teams that play similar ball. Seattle can win 2-1 games, 3-2 games, 4-2 games. And I just think Seattle is better than Cleveland in probably every way. So again, the Cleveland kind of miraculous story ends in Seattle. Moving on to the ALCS, even more splits and possibilities here on out. Like I said, we both have Seattle in the ALCS, but we split on who their opponent will be. My dad thinks Toronto. I think Boston. Interestingly enough, folks, we both have the AL East winner moving on, beating Seattle. He has Toronto. I have the Red Sox moving on to go to the World Series. Fun series for sure. I'm very curious my dad's thoughts if Seattle can beat Boston. I think Seattle could have beaten Toronto. But yeah, I just think that the offense of the Red Sox kind of holds firm and can beat Seattle. Again, it's a 7-game series. I like Boston in the length there. I don't think that one's a short series. I think that's a long one, 6 or 7 games. The NLCS. Again, we had a lot of possibilities here. I had a West battle. I had the Dodgers Padres, which, whoa my God, would that sell tickets and be fun. Just talk about brawls in the stands and probably brawls on the field too. I'm taking the Dodgers. Just like I think it was the DS last year, which I did have the Padres. If you go back and watch the old videos, I did have the Padres winning it all last year. I think the Dodgers ride the momentum. They ride that hot hand, I suppose, or they ride that no rest and rest versus rust thing, and they really do benefit from not having a pause, and they look to possibly repeat. Well, I was thinking it would be a National League West battle for the World Series slot. My dad thinks it's more Midwest and East, the Phillies and the Brewers. It was his NLCS matchup. He took the Phillies. So my dad is thinking a Phillies-Toronto series, much like 93. And if you're tracking all that stuff, I was thinking a 2018 rematch of the Red Sox and Dodgers. Interestingly enough, folks, we're reversing those two World Series. My dad is taking the Phillies over Toronto, and I'm taking the Dodgers over Boston. I just think they're that inevitable team. I think everyone's going to be rooting against them. It'll be fun to see America root for Boston. I'll be rooting for Boston. But I think the Dodgers best them, and my dad believes that the Phillies best Toronto. If that's the World Series, I'm taking the Phillies too. I think they're much, much better than Toronto. But it's going to be a really fun playoffs, really fun postseason, folks. The next 28, I think, 30 days of our lives. We'll have a lot of fun drama, postseason heroes, unlikely NLCS and World Series MVPs. It is always fun. We're going to do a full recap of the whole season, our overs and unders of the playoffs, probably sometime in early November. And again, he'll be joining me for that one. It won't just be me. But those are our predictions. Please leave us a comment. Interact with us on socials, whether you think one of us is spot on or one of us is off our rocker. But we are the Father and Son Pastime Podcast on YouTube and on Facebook, and then on Instagram and Twitter. We are at Pastime Podcast _. So again, interact with us. Let us know your thoughts, your predictions, and have fun watching the playoffs. Dad, anything else? Nothing on his end. Have a great postseason, folks, and enjoy every minute.